now listening to the Cheatcoders podcast with Natz, Raf and Don.
Yo, 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 yo. Welcome to the Cheatcoders podcast, and my name is Raf. Hey, and I got Don.
What's doing?
And in London is motherfucking Natz.
Yeah.
Hey, swag. This is the corniest intro that we'll never do again.
That was very inspired.
This is episode number 67.
67? You guys drinking? Or is that all that energy?
Man.
All that frustration
energy.
trying to set
all
us
the
up?
energy, bro.
I like it. Keep
Learning
it up.
from all these technical difficulties.
We'll get it one day,
really
guys.
Testing my patience on this podcast.
We'll get
I think
there
next
one day.
week we'll perfect it. If not, it'll be the end of the podcast.
Over
I'm just sick of this technical shit. Alright, so this is just going to be another shout out to anyone who wants to be an intern or anyone who has a technical mind in audio that can help us avoid this stuff in the future. Then, be a producer. If you want to be an intern and be paid with exposure, then just give us a DM on the Cheatcoders podcast
Instagram or Facebook
at the Cheatcoders.
Yes.
So you just need to be a technical mind because we wasted another hour on trying to figure this shit out.
Yeah, fuck.
You know what? I could have slept in for another hour, guys. Seriously.
No, but the fact is that we needed you on that to get this technical issue out.
Yeah, well,
we
tested everything beforehand, and then
That's true.
We're like, yeah, okay, everything's good, and then when we jumped on with you,
it's actually really me that makes the issue with this whole online bullshit.
I think that's like the story of your life. Let's get into it.
Why are you so selfish?
Why do you cause
Why do
all
you
these
make
issues?
things difficult for everyone? Well, it
Alright,
started
so
when I was in high school.
How you been, bro? Like, where did you come from in the European spectrum?
Your European tour.
Yeah, I'm obviously here this weekend. I didn't travel, but last week I was in Ukraine, Kiev, Ukraine, and yeah, it was great. Long story short,
Chernobyl site.
It was an accidental trip. I kind of just booked it because it was cheap, and I didn't realize it's not part of the EU, so I needed to get a visa.
Yeah.
So it was meant to be a cheap weekend. Ended up being expensive because the visa costs more than the flight, which wasn't too expensive, but still, my whole purpose was like a cheap getaway. And then from there, when I looked up what to do in Kiev, I didn't know nothing about it, and I only had a weekend. That's when I saw that you can access the Chernobyl nuclear power plant. You guys heard of Chernobyl? The nuclear power plant that blew up?
The biggest one.
And it's a massive radioactive
most famous one.
zone. It's cut off from the world, and you can only enter. Like, it's pretty full on. Like, there's checkpoints and quarantine, all that crap. So I just went there.
Yeah, I saw your Instagram stories, and you were holding like a Geiger counter.
The Geiger counter, yeah, it's hectic. I want to buy one just for fun and just check radioactive energy everywhere.
Sweep around London.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, good times, random as
Cool
shit.
story, bro.
Yeah,
But
cool story.
So it's a radioactive site. So Chernobyl's a radioactive site, but people don't live there. Is that what
People actually work there, so they contain the reactor. It's still ongoing. It needs to be maintained because it's just there now. It's never going to be inhabitable. The actual towns there, but there's within the dead zone. There's workers that live there, but they can only live there a certain amount of time. They get like, I don't know how many days a year that they can live on site.
That's crazy.
And there's other companies there. There's like a concrete factory. But they're sort of a bit in the outskirts, but still within that zone of Chernobyl. And they live in Chernobyl town. Yeah. So you know that video game Fallout. It's kind of like that. It's kind of cool. I felt like I was in a video game at one stage because I'm like you ever imagine like if things blew up, like an apocalyptic thing happened and it's just like a dead town. Like I felt like it was like a movie, but I'm thinking this is some real shit. Yeah. So it was pretty much the best tour I've been on. It's something so unique, and
That's cool, man.
It's just unreal to actually be there and see, like, there's 100 dogs, stray dogs. They live there. 200 dogs that just live in this area, and they're radioactive. They're attachments.
There's a question I want to ask you. After visiting Chernobyl and like this is a radioactive site, what powers did you come back with? Like, what superpowers have you got now?
I was thinking
became a documentary voiceover guy. Now it's called Nathan Annenborough. It's like when you're describing all these things, it just feels like you're like a voiceover for like a documentary.
Here we have the 100 dogs of Chernobyl.
And then we have the 100 dogs of Chernobyl that have lived for generations amongst the radioactive energy. They've grown extra limbs, but they maintain life.
Did they really? Have they got
No, they're fine. They look fine. They're actually quite big, the dogs. The small dogs didn't survive because they weren't big enough. Yeah, it's cool. It's fucking cool, guys. I've got a vlog now. You guys know, but I haven't told the audience. But I'm uploading.
You have told the
stuff
audience
from my
just
trips.
now.
Have I? Have I? Okay. Well, yeah.
As of right now, the audience.
Oh, yes. The audience knows that I have a vlog, and I'm trying to do it weekly, so it's a weekly update. I drop a video twice a week.
Boom.
So go to my YouTube, and it's Nathan Blazin on YouTube. So please, that's my plug. I haven't plugged anything since we started.
Yeah.
For a year and a bit, so I can finally plug something. But check it out. And I use Don Valix's music. There you go, extra plug. I'm starting to use his instrumentals.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
That's a plug right there. I'll put your link on the next episode.
I'll invoice you, by the way, for all that music.
Yeah. I'll pay you with exposure. So that's cool.
I've been giving advice, so I could invoice that. I'm just trying to
consulting fees.
Money, you know?
Consulting fees. That's what you're.
So
that's cool, man. Awesome.
All right, so we have no guests, just in case the audience is wondering. Is there another voice happening? Is there going to be another voice? Who's the special guest this time? Is it going to be Usher? Is it going to be Guy Sebastian? No, it's just us three. So
it's just going to be just the three of us.
Just the three of us. So usually this format is just more free for all. We're going to throw a topic each, and then at the end of this program, we're going to go through some feedback. Hopefully, we do have some feedback, but we'll go through it, answer those questions.
Yeah.
So, Don, why don't you be our wild first guest, first asker, and put a topic onto the table, motherfucker.
I have two topics, and one of them we just thought about beforehand. So I'm wearing a Lakers jersey right now.
Ooh,
and I'm not really a basketball fan.
Yeah.
I'm not a big basketball fan. Like I watch basketball because my family watches basketball and all this stuff. But I have a Lakers jersey, and it's counterfeit, so it's a knockoff. The story to this Lakers jersey is when Kobe was retiring, the day that he retired or announced that he was retiring.
So it's pretty recent, yeah.
Yeah, I was in Malaysia. And I was going through the market, and I'd seen it in the news that he was retiring and all of this stuff. And I walked through this market, and I see this Kobe Bryant jersey, and I went, "Okay, yeah, I'm going to buy it."
Yeah,
because also it was
Kobe. What else?
It's Kobe. Oh yeah, cool. So it signified that it's like souvenir from my trip, but at the same time souvenir from the time that Kobe retired. The question that I had for you guys is, what's something that you have that's a knockoff, that's counterfeit, that you're really proud of, that you don't care that it's counterfeit.
So let's move it to the knockoff of Natz Blazing.
You don't have one, Raf?
I'll have to think of one.
I don't have it now, and I'm not really proud of it anymore, but I was proud of it at one stage, and this was I think it was in Thailand. Did you say you got yours in Malaysia?
Yeah, man.
I was in Thailand, and I don't know what happened. When I start something, I get carried away and over the top. And when I was in Thailand, I went on a designer shopping spree, but it was all knockoff shit. So I was like Gucci gang from like top to bottom. I had a Gucci bag, a gold
Gucci
chain because everyone was wearing. I had Gucci slippers, the flip flops. Just Gucci shirt, everything. I was wearing my knockoff Gucci shirt with what's that rapper again?
Gucci Mane
on it. so I'm walking around Thailand thinking I'm a baller.
That's an actual good topic. Like Like, continue on with the story.
No.
I'll segue it in.
Okay, yeah. Well, anyway, yeah, like, I got carried away, and I realized when I started looking photos from my Thailand trip, I couldn't post anything, because I'm like, wow, I look like a douchebag. And as soon as I got to Australia, I fucking gave the bag to my mum. I'm like, hey, mum, here, you can have a Gucci bag. And I was like, it's real, it's from Thailand, it's Gucci. And I just got rid of it. I gave my dad my slippers, like, here, dad, Gucci slippers for you, I got you. I just got rid of all that shit. I was like, wow, I went ultimate douche. Because I was like, in Thailand, I was like,
full
a
of shame.
king. So yeah. Anyway, I was proud of it for like a week, and then I got back to reality and realized, yeah, it was
There's something though. I want to see those photos. I want to see that
Gucci Natz.
The
I'll try and
Gucci
find
Nats.
it was so
Like,
extra.
I wanted
so
to
extra.
segue that into the fact that it's a current topic. Like, Gucci is now being shunned upon by hip hop because
Yeah.
of the whole blackface thing. So
Oh
have they done?
yeah.
So the thing they made a beanie, or not a beanie, a balaclava beanie.
Yeah.
That's a black beanie, and then on the lips side it's
They
red
made a
lips.
thing, yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
pretty much like blackface. Like they're wearing blackface. So if you wear this beanie, it looks like you're wearing blackface.
Yeah.
And now everyone is boycotting Gucci from, you know, like all the hip hop artists and stuff.
Well,
and
hip-hop.
like everyone in the hip hop area, anyone that's African American
Yeah.
is now.
Do you
this-
think-
Boycotting Gucci.
Do you
What
reckon
is it?
Gucci did it on purpose?
Yeah, well, I was hearing a theory
that
on
you
this podcast where
They
they're
did it
full
on
saying
purpose?
that they did it on purpose because
They
they
don't
didn't. They wanted to, because the whole Gucci thing, they wanted to make it high class fashion, like everyone
Yeah.
high class, rather
Well,
than
it was before.
16-year-old rappers talking about Gucci.
If they wanted
like,
it to be high class fashion, why are they making balaclavas?
yeah, which is another thing. Like, you know, they're trying to. That's their imprint, and then after everyone boycotts, hip hop boycotts, they could just focus on branding it on
okay.
a higher end.
I guess.
So
Well, they were
that's
they were
the
always
theory.
high end before, but I sort of see it like they wanted to disassociate because like it's getting really hip hop. Like in the streets, you just see like kids like
Wearing
hype
Gucci.
beast up, and then they'll have a Gucci bag, and obviously that's becoming like the norm. Where like if you're like an actual high class person, I guess it might put you off on the brand, like snobbish
Yeah.
people, I guess.
Yeah, they want.
So I was
CEOs,
thinking, like, maybe that
the
was a-
housewives,
Yeah,
all that
yeah.
stuff. They want that high class,
white,
like
rich white.
billionaires type.
Rich
thing.
white.
That stuff never really like. I remember being when I was younger. Everyone was so much into like Adidas, and when I went out
Yeah.
and
Well, these brands
like,
are becoming
say I needed
more
to buy
household.
like shoes for school
Yeah.
or something, I was like, I have to get Adidas. I have to have Adidas shoes.
Yeah,
No,
You
it's
know,
all-
and
it's
I
all
was so
Gucci.
adamant about it. But then I got to a point where I was like, who cares? You know?
Yeah.
And I don't, and maybe it's just because I don't understand fashion or whatever. But when I look at Gucci, I'm like, eh.
yeah.
I
So
lo-
that's
I
are
love
you
that
are you
shit.
are you gonna boycott as well, or are you gonna support this blackface thing?
Are you gonna burn your Gucci
Well,
slippers?
You trying to make me look like a racist?
No,
I'm
this
actually
is
getting
a-
rid of my shit because
Oh, there you go.
on
You're
a real
gonna burn it?
note.
But
not
I
'cause
think
of
you're
that.
doing it. I think you're doing it. Like, all these stuff are knockoffs, right? So
No, I've got one wallet that I actually had a phase where I was buying stupid shit for no reason, and one of them is a Gucci wallet, and I'm actually just selling it just to because I need money.
how much did you pay for it? Out of curiosity,
Close to 400-500.
for a wallet. Shit, nice.
It was stupid. Yeah, I told you. It was a
Gucci
dumb
Natz.
shit.
I mean, if it's good quality and
it's a good
durable,
wallet, but like,
if it's
I'll
durable,
tell you.
'cause
Do you
that's
want the
only
real?
reason why
Do you
I
want
pay
the?
that much
Do you want the
money, if it's
real
durable,
story?
if
Why?
it's-
You want the real story? Why I bought that wallet? You want the?
No,
real
I want the fake story. I want the fake story.
You want the
You want the
counterfeit
counterfeit
story, the
story.
knockoff
Counterfeit
story.
story.
Well, that's a counterfeit story.
what's the real story?
Go for it. Go for it.
Okay, so I got a Burberry wallet as a present,
And
from
he hated it.
my ex, and I didn't want it anymore. But I didn't want to downgrade because it was Burberry, so I bought the Gucci wallet. So it was very superficial,
No?
and then I realized like that's stupid. So I sold the wallet and I went back to my Burberry one anyway because I liked it.
There you go. So Natz is gonna join the boycott of Gucci. He's gonna get his fake. He's gonna get his fake shit and sell that, probably for a lot more than he should.
You have
Dude,
to
I
send
was
us those
close.
photos of Gucci Nats, man.
I was
Oh,
about
I
to
wanna-
get the real. I was about to get the real Gucci shirt. It's a T-shirt and it's $300.
Mm. Fuck.
See, it's
Why?
stupid, right?
I don't know, man. I don't.
Hey, man,
understand.
I'm out, yo. I'm selling my shit.
Yeah, man.
I'm there.
It's kind of like when you get older, you lose touch of the brands, and it doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
You know what I don't mind though? You know what I don't mind? I don't mind accessories. I don't mind a nice watch. I don't mind a nice wallet.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I still really like my wallet, but I'm not gonna go head to toe Gucci gang. Like if anything, I'm plain as shit when I'm out.
I mean,
But
yeah,
the little
there are
accessories is
things-
what I like. They're like little. Okay, I earned this.
There
Like,
are
if it
things
comes
that you'd
from-
want to spend money on. Like if you're going to buy a suit, you want it tailored. You want it like
Yeah.
to fit nicely.
Yeah.
You don't want to just buy one off the hanger.
Of course,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? If you want to spend money on, for me, it's really about practicality. You know,
Yeah.
if you want to look good in a suit, then yes, you need to have it tailored. You need to have things that fit.
Yeah.
But if I'm just gonna buy a T-shirt,
Nah, that's hype beast.
I'm not
That's
gonna
too
pay
much.
$300 for a T-shirt.
Yeah.
But
I like it. I'm not gonna lie. Like when I see people with really cool, like that's the shit. Like those Balenciaga shoes that all the rappers were wearing at one stage. They look like socks, but they're like $400. I was like, man, I want those. Couldn't afford it.
All those sort of brands.
I remember I saw someone, and this is during Christmas, which is it's hot here in Sydney.
Yeah.
I saw someone wearing one of those like ugly sweaters. There's a picture of Biggie wearing an ugly sweater, and that this person was in Sydney wearing it, and it was like 40 degrees,
hot.
and I'm looking
Yeah,
at him
stupid.
going,
Yeah.
"Why,
yeah.
bro? Why?"
Yeah, I get
Like,
that.
it's a well-known brand. I can't remember the name of the brand,
It's
but
probably Gucci.
Oh, it's probably like the.
Let's boycott
LV,
Gucci and not
yeah.
say Gucci for the rest of the episode.
But yeah,
I feel like we're just
Hey, but
promoting
you know-
this shit.
yeah, it's just the count, the
Nah.
the Gucci number, the count for the number of times we've said that word.
Something I want to promote is the T-shirt I'm wearing by the Young Achievers. It's a local brand.
Hey.
segue,
I wanna support-
segue.
Talk it.
I want to support the local brand. These guys are actually, I think there's big things ahead for them. They got shirts, they got shorts, they got jumpers. I'm not getting paid for this promo right now. I'm just letting you guys
Sounds
know.
like
Hey,
you are,
if
though.
they-
Sounds like you are.
Yeah, all for it.
But
Young
these guys are a
Achievers.
local brand. Check out their Instagram page at Young Achievers Forever, and their main thing is they want to give back to the community. So a portion
cool.
of whatever you pay for goes back to the community, whether it be charities and such.
Yeah.
So nothing specific,
dope.
but everything that they sell, a portion goes back into the community.
Yeah.
And
That's
this
dope, man.
podcast is all about building a community
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
and helping a community. So I want to shout out to them, and I want to try and get more local brands promoted onto this podcast.
Yeah,
Oh,
let's
yeah.
get a collabo. Let's get a collabo.
Yeah, man,
get a
collabo.
Cheatcoders.
If the Young Achievers
Cheatcoders,
need
Young
like
Achievers.
maybe a shirt,
Because we
model,
are
then,
Young Achievers.
I put my hand up.
There you go. Shirt model. They probably do. Young Achievers, but they need to stick to the brand. So I think they need to get someone a bit younger. It's not all
We cater to
Achievers.
the young. We cater to the young.
Old Achievers. Hey, fuck you.
But yeah, so check out those guys at Young Achievers Forever.
Young Achievers
That's dope.
forever.
Young
Nice.
Achievers.
Nice.
So in terms of my counterfeit things, I'm going to talk about VCDs because that was the thing. That was the thing back in the day. VCDs,
Oh, nice.
where it was like
CDs.
DVDs, but not. It was like CDs,
Wow, you're
with
like real counterfeit.
movies, and it's not even good quality of the movie. It's like a cam version.
Yeah, cam.
I
That's 'cause
remember
they could
getting.
only use the CD, the actual
Yeah.
CD, not the DVD disc.
I remember getting one of the scary movies 3, and I remember getting 8-Legged Freaks, which is a gigantic, like a horror movie with
the big
big spiders.
spiders, yeah.
I got these from the marketplace in the Philippines. Can't get any more counterfeit than that. And I remember getting stacks of them, and they had the yellow CD case and everything.
Yeah.
That was the thing, and even the covers were counterfeit. They're just pictures
It's hilarious.
printed on a printer, so it's paper. that is counterfeit to the max. So I just want to know: have you guys bought the VCDs or anything that's counterfeit? Probably like, I don't know.
Do you want to hear something?
What's
really,
the first counterfeit that you ever got?
You want to hear something really funny? I
Yeah.
had a cousin that went to the Philippines. She's from America. I can't make this shit up. This was back in the day, and she went to a CD store in the Philippines. And when she was going through, she found one of my songs.
Oh, so you're in a
Foolish Heart.
yeah.
Really?
On a rip CD. And she's like, Nathan, look, and she bought it and showed it to me, and I was like, get the fuck out. It was.
Did you see any royalty checks for that?
It was my no, I didn't. It was my name. It was Natz the Pinoy rapper.
Yeah.
Because like on the internet, it was floating around as that.
Man,
So not
Was there like
even Natz Blazing.
was there a CD cover or anything?
Nah, bro. It was just like a track list, like Philippine style. She's like, no way. It's like, and they like, yeah. She's like,
Did you feel like you made it?
no, because the royalty check didn't arrive.
No,
because
but
No, I
people
didn't,
know.
bro.
He made it to the counterfeits. Like movies are getting counterfeited. My music's getting counterfeited.
I made it
successful.
to counterfeit. My old songs were all counterfeit. They're all LimeWire and all those websites.
Well,
They're
literally
even
the
on
way
YouTube
they were
now.
made were counterfeit, weren't they?
Yeah,
Didn't you just rip
Yeah,
beats
yeah,
and
yeah.
then you
Just
rap
a
over it?
CD. Just a CD
you ripped
with like a
Foolish
track
Heart
list.
straight up.
Yeah, so you just rip the music
Straight up.
It
And
was
that's the
counterfeit
Pinoy
back
rapper,
then too.
Foolish Heart. I was like, God damn. It's alright, that beat was counterfeit too anyway, so my career's built on counterfeit, so it's okay.
Oh man,
That's my story.
I had an uncle who, back when there were the like video stores like Blockbuster and Video Easy and all that, he would go to these stores, rent up a whole bunch of weeklies,
Yeah.
and then he'd take them home, burn them, return them, and then rent up another bunch of weeklies and then do the same thing.
Man.
So he just had
And sell
stacks and stacks. He had folders and folders
Yeah.
of like burnt
Smart.
like
My dad
DVDs
did
and
that
stuff.
too, as in like
What a
instead of DVDs, he got the VC, he got the stacker VCR
Yeah.
with two.
Yeah.
You could put two VHSs and two videotapes. So he would tape. This is back when I think, because I remember him taping Romeo Must Die.
Yeah.
So he'd put that and get a blank VHS underneath, and then
That's old school.
Wow.
he would put the tape over the square, because if the square is like hollow, you can't tape over it. So he put the square over it.
Wow.
So I wanted
That's
to
some
talk
young
about
achievements.
high school. I wanted to talk
dope.
about the high school version of ourselves, like our favorite subjects, what our experience, because I think high school is what molds you as an adult. It molds you because of the people that you hang out with, the things that you learn, the social networks you create within high school is the stepping stone to your adulthood. So I wanted to see how you maneuvered around all that high school chaos, because that's pretty much what it is. You experience your first girlfriends, your first kiss, your first friends, your
In high
best
school.
friends, your your closest mates. You experience
First,
Yeah.
everything
a lot
that
of
you
firsts.
experience in adulthood, you first experience in high school. So let's start off with the oldest. Probably we'll start off with Natz,
The oldest. We'll start with Natz.
because we want to keep it a bit more modern.
Okay.
So Natz, how was your high school experience?
It's a broad topic, but if it's just being sprung on me, first thing that comes to mind, I feel like I was a bit of a nobody in that sense, but I had a real transitional period of becoming cool. I'm doing exclamation marks with my hands, but you can't see.
Exclamation marks. How do you do that? With
Exclamation marks or quotation marks?
Quotation marks, my bad. What's an exclamation mark with your hand? Like, bang! But anyway.
Only the people who can watch the video will be able to see what we're doing.
Okay, well, people... But high school for me, I realized I had a lot of social anxiety. So, like, anything to do with attention, I sort of try to shy away from it to an extent. So I'd actually avoid PE. I've actually got a bit of a what's it called? Like a fear of sports back then. And I think I had a deep-seated issue when I was a kid, because my dad's really sporty and he really wanted to push me in that direction.
Sporty Spice.
But because I was more into arts and being creative, I was very introverted. I like to draw. I'd like to be by myself a lot and write stories, that kind of thing. And I was very quiet. But sports is a bit more like, look at me, I'm catching a ball, I'm throwing a ball, and I was just never good at it. And I think because I was so shit from the start, it got to a point I was avoiding PE all the time. Like, I wouldn't bring my sports uniform on purpose. and I'd get in trouble and I'd just have to write lines or something for an hour.
Damn.
And that kind of thing. And it got to a point like, fuck, what was the question, Raf? Like
just your high school
experience like?
You know, what do you think is what you took out of it that made you into who you are today, and what's different?
So was high school like really daunting for you? Was that like a anxiety making experience?
I'm not gonna say I was the nerd. I wasn't like a loser, like getting picked on, if anything. But I was in the in between, just sort of like didn't want to be seen, kind of the nobody. No one would really remember you when you left, type thing, or if you weren't even at school, type thing. That's how I saw myself as. The only time that I sort of got a bit noticed was probably 2000. Year 11, year 10 and 11, that's when I started making music. And I had my tight group of like, we were sort of the misfits. We weren't the cool group, we weren't the loser group, but I shared music with a few friends. And when it got discovered, I was like, you're actually really good. It was a time when 8 Mile came out. And then I started to actually do it. And the first time I actually got really called up on it and had the most attention ever was, I think there was an open day at high school. And once again, like, people are like being like active members of school, like, you know, doing jobs and, you know, being participating. I usually don't like to participate in anything, so I picked the most mediocre job. I'll hand out flyers. I just want to be like in the dark somewhere handing out flyers. So I was doing that, and then this guest came along who's like a local rapper that I met through some church group as well, and he kind of knew that I rapped because my best friend at the time told him that, yeah, this guy raps, and he's like, he was kind of impressed. Anyway, when he got up on stage and there's a live band and everything, they're all like, you know, jamming, just freestyling or whatever, and then his set comes on, so now the crowd gathers. I'm on the corner in the back somewhere still. At this stage, I'm just holding the flyers. I'm like, I give up. I can't be fucked. I'm just like loitering and wasting time. The dude just suddenly like, yo, where's Nathan at? Kind of thing.
Ooh.
And that moment, I literally like, you already know that I'm an anxious person. It stems from like childhood as well. My chest was literally like, my heart was gonna come out of my chest. I'm like, fuck, because then everyone sort of kind of knew I was there, so they looked.
Yeah.
And I froze, but I'm like, I'm walking towards him, and I'm like, oh my god, it's happening. Like, I never should have made music. Like, all these scenarios, you know, all these things that you're like, I never even should have showed anyone. I never did this. And the beat's already playing, and he's rapping in front of me, like freestyling something. And then he's like, I don't know how he segues me into it, but as soon as he gives me the mic, I just started going in. Like, this is my first ever live anything, because I wouldn't even do speeches in class. Like, I'd buckle or I'd chuck a sickie and not come to school.
Yeah.
So now I'm like freestyling the shittest verse ever, but it was my first reaction of people cheering for me. And there's a video of it. I've got it somewhere. And just looking at it, I was like, what the fuck? That was my first taste of like, wow, I'm getting attention. And I think that's where it transitioned anyway. So
that's cool, man.
2 different experiences. It went from like really the nobody, and then I wouldn't say I became popular, but I kind of became a bit more like out of my box after that.
Yeah.
Like that was what I was known for. You know, in high school, like this guy's known for this. You got a thing. So my thing was the rap. It
sounds like, you know, those the teenage movies where it's the kid who's the introvert.
Yeah.
And
it felt like it. Yeah.
He's the outsider, but then all of a sudden something happens where he's like, holy shit.
Oh yeah, 100%,
I'm a star.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. And like the actual cool kids, I got the respect of the cool kids. They're like, oh, and they're like, hey man, I heard your track the other day. Like, every time I'd keep doing it. Like, it became an addiction, because that was my way to connect to certain groups and people. Like, I'm like, I'm gonna keep going. Made my own group, and that's how it like segued into like being social. Like, I finally got a girlfriend. Like, before I didn't even talk to girls. And I was always still weird about talking to girls. Like, I couldn't do it back then. And I think leading into as soon as high school finished, that's when it sort of changed. I think it could have been very different if that never happened to me, that event. Like, if I never made music, I could have been a lot more sheltered or not outside of my box coming out of high school.
What high school did you go to? Shout them out.
St. George's Christian School in Hurstville.
Nice. Shout out to you guys.
Yeah, shout outs to I'm the East. I would have never met Raf. I never would have met you guys.
Yeah,
probably lived too far.
Yeah,
away.
see how it
But
shapes up to your adulthood.
Yeah,
like
I was a little dubious.
It's a pivotal moment. It's a pivotal moment.
Your life.
It's a pivotal moment.
One of those pivotal moments.
It is.
It's
like,
a pivotal moment
like,
in life.
Yeah, because you spend your adolescence all the way through high school, so and you spend it like you can't morph yourself in the household. It's more so how you circulate yourself around the different social circles in high school. So Don.
Yeah.
So how was it back in the day when you were in high school when they had chisel boards? And
chisel boards. Get fucked.
And all that, like, you know, how's dial-up internet?
We actually did have dial-up internet. For me, high school was like, so for a bit of context, when I went to primary school, I had a nickname. My nickname was DA. So, because it's my two initials. And it was my childhood nickname, and I hated it. I hated that nickname because I was like a kid, and so when I went to high school, I saw it as a way to reinvent myself. Some of the people that knew me in primary school still went to my high school, but more often than not, I'd be introducing myself as Don. They're like, "Hey, what's your name?" And I'd kind of in the first week or so, I kind of stopped. I'd be like, "Don, my name's Don." And they'd be like, "Oh, good to meet you," and whatever. High school was my way of reinventing myself.
Yeah.
And then, because I went to 3 different high schools, and each time it was just like, okay, what have I done in these past 2 years? How can I make myself better or reinvent myself again to be better? Yeah, that was my experience in high school. I had a lot of
really finding yourself.
I dated a lot. Yeah, I dated a lot. I was a bit of a slut in high school.
Straight up. All right, shout out to you girls. What school did you go to? What schools did you go to?
I went to Clare Catholic.
Hey,
and then,
represent.
Yeah, in Oakhurst. Where's that?
House of Grove.
House of Grove.
Yeah, shout
there,
out to you guys.
And then I went
like
to
close proximity.
And then I went to St. Dominic's in Kingswood, and then I went to St. Mary's.
Senior high.
Yeah.
In St. Mary's.
In St. Mary's, yeah. So I went to a bunch of different high schools, and yeah, man, I think I was just trying my best to find myself and to define myself in high school.
Yeah.
It wasn't until I was at St. Mary's that I felt like I was like, okay, this is kind of close to who I want to be in my life.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I was part of the leadership group. I was okay in studying
cool,
and things like that. I wasn't the greatest, but it's where I was where I started studying music and wanted to get into music.
Yep.
And then from there, yeah, it was very much the come to think of it now, it is those times actually defined a good portion of who I am now. Yeah. You know?
Those things last forever. Like how you
Mm.
mold yourself into those years is what makes you last forever, and how you can grow into a better person.
Yeah.
So
and I just thought about what it sounded like. Like I said I was a slut, but I dated a lot in high school, and I realized like I didn't want to waste my time doing like you date a lot, but don't
make it a priority.
If it doesn't work, then it doesn't work. Like don't try to force something to happen if it's not working.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? I guess that's the thing that I learned from that.
Well, at least you got that out of the way.
Yeah.
Shooter's got to shoot, man. Shooter's got to shoot.
Shoot up.
But like, how did you feel transitioning from different high schools? Like, did you feel like it was just a clean slate all the time? Did you have no trouble, just establishing yourself in social circles? Like, how were you in like the beginning stages of a transitional period?
In year 7 and 8, it was a little scary because I was coming from primary school. Year 9 and 10, it was a little bit easier because, like you said, it's clean slate. Nobody knows who I am, so I can define who I am.
Yeah.
I am just...
That's true.
Whatever I put out is who I am.
Definitely.
Straight away. When it came to year 11 and 12, I was more confident in myself. I was able to put myself out there and like be known to the entire school.
Yeah.
I was still anxious. I guess we all get elements of, or we all get a type of social anxiety every now and again, especially if you're around people a lot, you get anxious. So I was a little bit anxious around people, but I really wanted to be up on stage or be up like helping people or doing things, being part of the community, being part of the school at that time. So yeah, that was me when I was in high school.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Such a
DA, eh? Nice. I wanted to ask that question because I experienced changing schools as well.
Yeah.
I moved during the end of year 8. So like I went from different areas as well. I was in the Parramatta area at St. Pat's at Dundas, and that was a completely different school than Clare in Hasslegrove. So it really...
Clare as well?
I went to Clare as well from end of year 8 to year 10. Then moved on to Loyola. So I had a different experience to you. I did feel the part where you said you wanted to reinvent yourself.
Yeah.
Before the end of year 8, everyone started calling me by my real name. Everyone called me Renee.
Oh, Renee.
So everyone called me Renee. But
it's a fancy ass name, Renee.
Yeah. But I really got tired of it. So, and then my family always called me Raf.
Yeah.
Always, since I was born. And then I just wanted to bring that to the forefront. So it's kind of like how you embraced your real name instead of the nickname, but me, I embraced the nickname instead of the real name. So in year 8, I'm like, my name's Raf. You can call me Raf. My real name's Renee, as you can tell by the roll call and all that. But my real name is Raf. Funny story, side story. I was in a class, right, and then there was a substitute teacher.
Yeah.
So he did the roll call. Yeah. Did all the roll call. Everyone saying here, 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 and then reached to my name. So Renee, and I said here, and he's like Renee, and I'm like he, and then she's like, you're definitely not Renee. Is the Renee? Can you? And then he kept going, and then after that, I'm like, no, that's my real name. I got kicked out of class. I got kicked out of class.
It's like for saying you. What did he do when he found out that it was actually?
Yeah. I was outside.
Did he apologize?
He apologized. I was outside. I was outside of class. I was like, this could be a free period for me, whatever. And then because he automatically thought Renee is as a girl,
Yeah.
Like it's not really in France. It's Renee, but like it's really hard to just say that. So Renee is like the natural thing in Australia.
Yeah.
So he went out of class like, oh, I'm sorry. Everyone told him like, that's his real name. We call him Raf, but that's his real name. And then it's like, and then he went outside like, sorry, my bad. Like, I didn't mean it. This is in 2003, 2002.
He's probably so he's a substitute teacher. He's probably like trying to assert dominance.
Yeah,
because the moment that a substitute teacher comes into a classroom,
I can imagine Raf getting kicked out.
I was like the nicest kid. I was one of those nice introverted kid. And then I get kicked out of class because I was just
kicked out because
answering to my name.
There's the front door. Get the
fuck out. There's the front door. Get the fuck out. I'm like, all right, cool.
AA Ron.
AA Ron. I relate to that.
God.
Like,
you got done, bro.
But yeah, so
nice.
Like throughout year 8, I moved because like St. Pat's was completely different. Everyone's wearing blazers, ties, all that. It felt a bit proper, and I think I was more educated there, and that's when the education from year 3 to year 7, whatever. That's when I felt more educated. But then when I went to year 8, I discovered more Filipinos. So I was surrounded by them. I was like, oh, there's a lot of people who has my background, my skin, my phrases, my everything. And then I had to learn to adapt to that because I'm not used to that environment of a lot of Filipinos, a lot of Asians, a lot of, because like in St. Pat's, it's very Caucasian, very...
It's mixed. It's multicultural.
It's mixed. Caucasian, a lot of Middle Eastern, all that stuff.
Right.
Lebanese, all that stuff. And I moved to Clare, and it was just hard. I admit it was really hard to fit in. I felt like a fish out of water. Mm. And I'm an introverted person, so I became super introverted.
Yeah.
Like, it was really hard. I was super shy. I would barely talk.
It's like you're like a swan.
Yeah.
You're like a swan.
And then if I talked, everyone would be like, is that, I don't, like, since when do you talk? I'm like, you know.
Yeah.
And I just felt really insecure in terms of trying to fit in.
Yeah.
Trying to wedge myself in with people who have established their groups. Established their friendships. Some even had friendships ever since kindergarten. So it was really hard. It was like starting all over again, because like when I was in St. Pat's, I established my own friendships from people that I've known since kindergarten. And now it's just starting again. It's clean slate. All right, I'll try to reinvent myself by using Raf, because I prefer that name anyway.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just felt, I think this was high school. That time is the first time I felt depression. The first time I felt that no one is really listening to me or really getting where I'm coming from, and it just really took a toll on my brain, my thoughts. Like, it was really hard to get in, because like it's supposed to mold you, and then I have to start again.
Yeah.
And you know, I really had nasty thoughts, like bad thoughts of myself.
Yeah.
And that really took a toll on me, and I think it's safe to say that music helped me speak, helped me bring a voice to the table. This was in year 10. So as a person who's going through these feelings of anxiety, of sadness, of really dark, I'd be in the library all the time.
Yeah.
I'd be with my mates playing like chess. I'd be with my mates playing card games, library, reading books. Sometimes I'd go there just to avoid contact with anyone in the world, because like I felt like they would never understand me. It was me against the world type of thing.
Yeah.
So I was always in the library reading books, sometimes pretending to read books, so I could just get out of being in a social circle.
Yeah.
And
I get that.
Once I found music, once I found the inspiration to start rapping, and it's a funny story because this was the same time as LOC Charles had his first day of high school in my school, when he moved from New Zealand to Australia. And then he started...
he's a Kiwi.
He's a Kiwi, yes.
He's a Kiwi, bro, yeah.
So I was just mucking around, spitting some bars. And then, out of nowhere, new kid came, and he started spitting some bars as well. And I'm like, hey, we have something here. Let's have a battle, you know?
Yeah.
It was competitive at first. I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? In my brain. But like, then we had a battle, and then I felt all the attention.
Did you win?
I have no idea who won. I don't know.
I reckon you won.
I don't remember. But I remember.
What was that infamous line you said to
Yo,
Charles?
new kid, why you acting so stupid? Oh shit! Everyone went, oh. But that's the first time I felt noticed. I felt noticed in a sense that the whole school circled around me and Charles, battling it out. We weren't. I don't know if it was great raps, but everyone was.
The energy was there.
The energy was there. Like, teachers thought we were fighting. Had that look that we were just full rapping, and like it's
That's
crazy.
So cool.
It was like, shout out to V. He was beatboxing, and it just felt. That was the first time I felt admiration. The first time I felt being noticed.
Yeah.
Because before that, I just felt like I was getting noticed. I wasn't getting. At the same time. It's funny because at the same time I was purposely trying to get unnoticed, but at the same time I wanted to have some sort of connection with somebody.
Yeah, yeah.
Because like if I didn't get that connection with somebody, these thoughts in my head just kept circulating down a rabbit hole.
Yeah.
That really affected my self-esteem.
Downward spirals.
But I'm just glad that I did find music, because I don't know where I'd be without it.
I like this, guys. It sounds like
This is dope.
It sounds like that we transitioned, and music helped us, each of us.
It really did.
To transition.
You didn't need music, Don. You seem pretty cool already.
I know, going out on dates and such.
Me and Raf needed it more. This guy dates and shit like, full like casually.
The fact that I could sing, the fact that I could sing was my angle. Like they'd be like, "Oh, you can sing. You got such a nice voice," and I'm like, "Cool, let's go out."
Yeah,
and that got me noticed, and that made me feel significant because someone liked my singing, my ability for music. But yeah, like I said, it was year 11 and 12 when I started studying it and started to be like, okay, this is something that I want to do for real.
Yeah,
not just to date girls.
A thought just came to me. It was like, are we born as creatives, or do we mold ourselves as a creative? Because like I think we mold.
Everyone is creative.
That's a good question.
Telling that story right now, I'm realizing that I wanted attention. I wanted to be noticed, and when I found this route as a MC, as a rapper, whatever, and found out that this fed that void, and it made me want to create even more. Like maybe I was born with it, and I had to go throughout this whole route, this rabbit hole, and then found something to pull me out.
Yeah,
to the light.
I think for, and I'm not sure if people are born creatives, but I know that every person has, like every human being has particular needs, and I know for the three of us, significance is one of those needs that we that we need.
Yeah,
because why else would we be on stage? Why else would we be wanting to put ourselves in front of people? You know what I mean? So we do it because we want to feel significant, or feel some sort of significance that way. I know that growth is or learning is another one of our needs.
Yeah,
but as well as, what's the other one I was thinking of? Yeah, but those two, I think significance and growth are the two needs that the three of us share. And if you, from a young age, if you have a sense of significance, if you want to feel significant, then you'll probably want to be in front of people all the time. You know what I mean? If you have a sense of, if you want to always continue to grow and improve yourself, then that's gonna carry on. Yeah, like later on in life and stuff like that.
Yeah, even back then as a high school, at high school, it was a big mixed bag. Yeah. Like you'd want attention or someone to notice you, but it scares the shit out of you. Yeah,
but also you don't know what, like you don't know if that type of attention is the attention you want, and you don't know, like talking to a girl. If you talk to them, be like, oh, I don't know if really want to talk to that girl. Maybe I'll talk to this one, or I don't know. I'm
still awkward around girls.
Me too.
I am awkward as fuck.
Me too.
Even though like I'm married and shit, I'm still awkward. I don't know why.
My girlfriend will attest to the fact that I have no game.
Yeah. Well, I think you got some game. Yeah. We got some video evidence. I
don't know. Oh man.
But like, yeah, I'm glad that you guys talked about your high school experiences, because like that's kind of like a different angle and something that people can relate to in terms of like how you mold yourself into who you are. And we want to really get personal in this podcast, and I think the high school days is something that we could look back and be proud of, or something that we can have regrets, but that past has molded you into this person today. So. Good on you guys.
Absolutely.
But
very good topic. Very deep.
Very deep.
Yeah, it's good.
I like that.
Yeah. Okay, I didn't go for a deep topic.
Open a lot of stories, a lot of insight.
Yeah, man. All right, Natz.
Like what's
your
turn.
topic? What are you throwing onto the table?
I'm gonna lighten up the mood.
Fucked up videos.
I'm not gonna explain the topic, but I'm gonna start with one of you guys. Who wants to go first?
Mate.
All right, Don.
Let's do this.
Don or Raf?
Let's do this.
This is paper rock.
No, just do it. I'll do it.
Just pass it on.
Okay, done. I'm gonna ask you guys a series of questions. You have to answer it pretty much immediately.
Okay.
And then it's five questions each. And it's just gonna be random. It's out of a bag. Okay. All right. We'll start with Don. 3, 2, 1. Describe the color yellow to somebody who is blind.
It feels warm. it's a warm color, but not hot.
Excellent. You've been given an elephant. You can't give it away or sell it. What would you do with the elephant?
I will, I don't know.
You can pass.
I would have it in a zoo or something.
But you can't give it away.
Excellent.
I would have a zoo.
Okay.
I would
Oh,
I would
make money off it. Business minded.
Who would win in a fight between Spider-Man and Batman?
Oh man.
You got to be quick, bro. It's got to be quick.
Batman.
Okay. Why though?
He's always prepared. Whenever he if he fails in the first fight, he'll come back with bigger, stronger, better.
Excellent. How would you convince someone to do something they didn't want to do?
I would make it seem like it was their idea.
Nice, cool. A penguin walks through.
I was thinking of Inception. I was like, how would you? Yeah.
A penguin walks through that door right now, the front door,
Yeah.
wearing a sombrero. What does he say, and why is he here?
He says tequila, and then because there's gonna be a tequila party. That's why. He's got snow cones and burritos.
Very good. You didn't hesitate much. It was good. I like that. That was really good. I think Raf can do a bit better. So
What's the aim? What's the aim?
No.
Just wait, bro. Just wait. I'll get there. All right. I'm trying to do something because. Okay, Raf.
I like this. I like this a lot.
Are you more of a hunter or a gatherer?
I'm a gatherer.
Why is that?
Because I like to gather my ideas or like equipment or sources to create something. I can't hunt things for crap because I can't really hunt things for crap. I can't even get any fish, man.
Okay,
I struggle fishing. Sorry.
Okay,
I'm
well,
just getting a bit angry. Sorry.
Okay, next question. You're like overtaking. You're a new addition to the crayon box. What color would you be and why?
I'd be orange because Cheatcoders.
Why?
Orange is
branding is important.
Orange is also like a creative color.
Okay.
There you go. That's why.
Excellent.
That's why it's
Raf, what do you think about when you're alone in your car? Because you are quite a lot.
I think about podcasting, topics, guests, ways to improve this podcast. This podcast has absorbed my life. So that's
excellent. Okay,
that's great.
Can you name 3 consecutive days without using the words Wednesday, Friday, or Saturday?
Monday, Thursday, and Tuesday.
No, they have to be consecutive days.
Okay.
What?
Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday?
No, consecutive. No, you can't say the actual days. So I guess you got to describe the days.
No, describe the days. So there's one that is shitty because you're going to be working for the first time in a while. There's one that's going to be awesome because it's the first time you're not going to deal with work. And there's one that is going to be super awesome because the Cheatcoders are recording a session.
Okay, all right. Last one. Fuck. It's so related because all your answers have been Cheatcoders related. But if the Cheatcoders had 2,000 unread Insta DMs and you could only answer 300 of them, how would you choose which ones to answer?
At random. Or maybe everything that has a 2 on it.
That's a great segue into the questions that we got from Instagram.
At random.
That is a great segue into that. But before we do that, explain to us what
What's
this
my
was,
purpose?
man. This is really
okay.
This is fun.
I'll be completely honest with you guys. When we started the episode, Don called me this morning. I literally woke up from your call. And I was completely unprepared. I actually forgot we had the podcast, so I didn't have a question.
I was trying to...
So I went to Google. And just Googled good podcast questions.
Oh my god.
And it sprung to me though. If I sprung these guys questions that they're not... I just quick speed at random, it sort of gives you a feel the importance of being prepared. That's what I want to get at.
Okay.
And being put on the spot for things, because there's been numerous occasions. I feel like this is a story of my life. It's a perfect example is just fucking this morning when you guys called. I'm like, oh shit. And this whole time while we were fortunately we were actually delayed, because that helps me think a bit more what to do, and that's where this question came. But I realized this is something I do.
Okay,
with, like,
I think we didn't even have any technical difficulties. I just think that Natz was full like, I can't hear you guys. I can't hear you guys. Delaying the time so he could think of his questions.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm onto you, Natz.
Holy crap!
I just want to say, I wanted
because we tested everything on our end,
and it was right.
It was fine. As soon as we jumped on a call with Natz,
we had an hour of.
Oh, it's fine now, guys. It's fine, guys. Hey, guys, it's fine now.
It's fine now, guys. I've got my plan. I can hear you now.
All right, continue, Natz.
No, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to see how you guys react, but I'm like, fuck, you guys are really good. Like, I sprung.
What's your analysis? Yeah, go.
Well, my analysis, like, I like at first I was thinking like I knew Raf would be very quick and witty, and I think that comes from like how you mentioned you used to freestyle battle with Elo, and I do know that you're always the guy that has like a comment, like you have a quick witty punchline that gets a reaction, so it's pretty funny in that sense. And Don, you surprised me. It was actually really good. So your answers, like, you answered quick. You kind of paused here and there, but you got through it. I'm telling you now, if that was me, I'd probably like buckle all of those questions.
All right, I need time. Can we do that? Can we? Where do you get these questions? Think of questions. All right, you think of one question, I think of the other. Okay. All right, Natz, you ready? We're gonna play the same game that you played with us on you.
On me.
All right.
Okay. All right.
All right, Don, you start.
All right, so if you had $3 to spend on food, what would you spend it on?
Easy, a McMuffin burger in McDonald's.
If you got to own a particular brand in the world, what brand would it be?
Gucci. I just think of things that have happened recently. I don't know.
All right, done.
This is recent.
All right,
that's my process. That's my brain process.
Oh man,
business Natz.
Oh jeez. What's the Gucci count up to now?
I don't know.
Probably added another one to it.
It's way more than it should be.
Man.
Young achievers, guys. We are young achievers.
But it just makes me like think like how people's minds process. As you can see, like mine is like things that are around me. I got a McDonald's downstairs, and we were talking about Gucci.
All right, so Don, another
question. Okay, so
that's okay.
If you could synthesize or have a body part replaced with machinery, which body part would you change? Quick.
That's a hard question.
Got a
my legs.
Why?
I want them to be helicopter propellers so I can fly.
Okay, so what superpower did you want to... If you had any superpower, what would it be?
Easy, telekinesis.
Yeah, that's probably...
Why?
I'm more of a time traveler.
I just want to fuck with people, like, just lift shit up and scare them.
That sounds funny. That sounds wrong, Mr. Gucci.
Gucci.
Lift things up and stuff. Alright, cool.
That sounds wrong.
Alright, last one by Don.
So like,
trying to think of another one.
Look, these questions I prepared pretty well. So it's actually hard to even
and by
think of the
prepared,
questions.
you mean you type good podcast questions into Google.
Yeah. While we were fixing the technical difficulties, I found these questions.
No, man.
Okay. I'm trying to think.
My last question. Throw it home. Go hard, go home.
Go hard, go home.
All right. So if you're on a train, right, and the train is heading towards one person that you care about, but you have the ability to flick a switch and it goes to the other, like it goes to another track, but it's going to kill 5 other people. What do you do? 5 other people that you don't know. What do you do?
Yeah, don't worry. The 5 people that sorry.
I don't know you guys, you know.
I don't know you, so sorry.
I'm
still an accident.
Pretty bad at math,
I don't know.
And plus I own Gucci.
This episode is going to be called
Gucci. It's Gucci.
Gucci.
I
want to throw one more question. Describe yourself.
Okay, oh my god, this like backfired on me, man.
Describe yourself with... if there's one liquor
Backfired.
that could describe you as a person, what would it be?
Tequila.
Why?
Arriba!
Okay.
Because Arriba.
So you're the penguin wearing the sombrero.
It was
you that walked into the room.
It was me, bro. It was me.
It's just
Don.
Natz in a suit.
Sombrero.
He's
Penguin
fucking
sombrero. Because the party's here.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, so always be prepared. Like,
Moral of the story is I just got to be prepared more, guys. Because, like, thinking on my... Hey, like, that's what happens. Now I've got a stupid topic again, just like last time.
that was fun. I enjoyed these type of...
But it was fun.
Fun
And it was a bit of an
questions and
icebreaker.
stuff.
And
This is
I thought,
good.
you know, mellow it out a bit.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever been in a situation where you've had to think on your feet? Like, you're just like, bang, it's been...
All the time, man.
sprung
all
on
the
you.
time. I used to freestyle
Really?
battle. And I used to freestyle a lot.
Like, you do it at work or something if you have to, like...
Job interviews.
Your job interviews.
And this podcast.
Podcasts, yeah.
Yeah, but that you can prepare for that. You can, like, of course, if you have a job interview, like, oh, well, I got it on Tuesday. But have you ever got a job interview on the day and be like, oh,
Sometimes.
Mm.
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
But...
Well, you guys are good then. You guys are good.
It's alright. I'll be just promoting Cheatcoders from now on. I just realized I'm very branded to this. I'm very...
That's good, though. When you started going
Every
all, like,
answer
all branded, I was
was
like, yeah,
Cheatcoders.
I should have done that. I didn't think of that. I didn't
to
think
the
of
brand.
that. How did you
Orange.
describe yellow?
Because the
Well,
Cheatcoders.
how did the cheat coders make you feel? No.
Alright, let's go into feedback.
That was good.
Do we have
Let's
any
go
feedback
to
questions? Any?
I didn't get anything, dude.
So, I got one, and I think it was just a mate trolling me. My friend Jason. So I posted it up on Instagram in my Insta story, and I did the usual where I'm facing the camera, and
The usual, yeah.
the usual where I face the camera and
yeah,
ask
yeah.
people. And the question that my friend asked was, does Don wear makeup? And the answer is
Yes.
no. No, I do not wear makeup.
Yes, straight up. Yes.
I do take care of my skin, though. So there's that. I do take care of my skin because when I was in Singapore, when I was living in Singapore, I had skin infection because of it was an ingrown hair on my, or like a cut on my face or something, and it got infected because of the humidity. And ever since then, I've been like really adamant about taking care of my skin.
Okay. Nice. I just want
well, you do have pretty clean skin.
Your skin's impeccable.
Thank you.
So
Impeccable skin.
R. Massigan has said, how does Natz maintain a strong, straight posture back game? I think this is like an inside joke, but
This is just
I think he's
mates
referring
trolling.
to
That's
my-
what this is.
No. A lot of my travel pictures, I have this unreasonably straight back that I never have, and for some reason it pops out when I'm in a photo. And I think consciously, because I'm thinking of the photograph,
Yeah.
because I slouch quite a bit naturally.
naturally
And
I
there's
see
one
you
where I'm
slouch, yeah.
standing over a cliff and I'm just like so straight. I'm like, I'm not like that. I don't do that type thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, to answer the question, I don't. It's only when the cameras are on.
Nice.
I would like to get a straight. I'd like to get a straight back. I feel like it's gonna. I feel
hard.
like I slouch way too much, but
It's
that's neither here or there. Another
a lot of
question
effort.
is. Let me see. Another question is from Guns. Like
Guns.
Lua Mua. I just know him because he is the one who gave me the shirt. Young Achievers. So follow them at Young Achievers forever.
See how good we are as a if you sponsor
I know,
us, how much we promote.
Exactly.
You should, like other brands should just
Sponsors
freaking
where
get
you
us on
at.
some
I know,
shit.
it's the first thing that we talked about was Gucci, and we kept just talking about
Straight
Gucci.
up.
I know. Can someone tell us the count,
Gucci
the
count.
number? Yeah, the Gucci count.
So Guns'
The Gucci count.
question is, do you believe the Earth is flat?
no.
Well, obviously
No.
no.
Who wrote that? No.
But
It could be.
I do have other theories that we could go into another day. I got the hollow Earth theory.
The Earth
but we can
is a
save that for another-
donut.
Ooh, you've mentioned that on the podcast, the Hollow Earth theory.
Really?
It's a dope theory.
Mm.
It's a real the hollow Earth theory.
Yeah, the Hollow Earth theory.
That could be real.
Mm.
That could be real.
We'll talk about it another time.
yeah.
Talk about another one.
I
It's a long
think this
topic.
topic's like a bigger topic
Yeah,
because
it
It's
could be
huge.
because, like, you never know. Maybe the whole space stuff is fake. Maybe there is no that photo of the Earth is probably fake. It's probably made to hide the fact that maybe the Earth is flat. I don't know. We don't know.
Never know, man.
We never know.
We don't know.
Nothing to believe, you know.
We don't know, though. We don't know,
We don't know. The Cheatcoders.
Yeah. We can talk about that in another episode, because I think also...
another episode.
Because I think the topic of what people believe and why they believe it is really interesting. I'm like, why would you believe that the Earth is flat? You know what I mean?
I was thinking like more so, people do believe this because there are evidence to this and that. It shapes their beliefs. But Don is pretty much, why the fuck do you believe that? Why the fuck do you believe the Earth is flat?
Straight up.
Are you
Shut
that
down
dumb?
straight away.
I was like, maybe you're right. Maybe. I'm a bit open-minded. I'm like, maybe. Maybe the picture of the Earth is fake, you know? Maybe. Just for, I believe it's round, but still, maybe. So let's get into the Cheatcoders stash.
Yeah.
I'm pretty proud of how time managed we are this episode.
Yeah.
Congrats to us.
Really good. Really well done.
Random applause.
We should do this more often. We should always have a feedback episode.